Good day, class. Please pick up pieces of paper and arrange your chair. And please stand for our opening prayer. Prayer leader, can you lead us a prayer? Okay. Amen. Good day, class. How was your day? Very good. Class Meadows, can I get the attendance for me to know who are absent for today? Okay. Congratulations, class! There is no absent for today. Before we proceed, let me remind you these rules. Number 1, be attentive in class discussion. Number 2, analyze first the questions before answering it. And number 3, please be quiet. And if you want to answer, please raise your hands. Okay, here are our objectives. Everybody read? Very good. So I hope, class, that at the end of our discussion, we will meet these objectives. Okay. Who can still remember the previous discussion that we had? Yes, Kim? Very good. Our past discussion is all about individual differences and clients with particular needs are acknowledged and integrated. So, why it is important in the workplace environment? Yes, Erica? Very good. It is important in the workplace environment for us to know why that person acting that way and on how we can communicate that particular person without hurting their feelings. I am so glad, class, that you can still remember our past discussion. So now, I want you to focus on the words written on the board. Everybody read? Very good. I want you to be familiar with these words because we will encounter this at the middle of our discussion. Okay? Okay. But before we proceed, I want you to tap first your seatmate and say, I'm so glad to meet you again. Thank you, class. So now, I have here 5 scribbled words. These words correspond our topic later. Okay? So, if you want to answer, please raise your hand and don't answer in chorus. Are we good? Are we okay? Okay. So, here are the first Scrabble word. Shh. Don't answer in chorus. Raise your hand if you want to answer. Yes, Kimberly. Very good. It is practice inclusivity. So, here is the second Scrabble word. Yes, Dave. Very good. It is fostering. So, the third Scrabble word. Yes, Joyce. Very good. It is cooperative approach. The fourth Scrabble word. Yes, Melabeth. Very good. It is learner-centered. And the last but not the least. Shh. Raise your right hand if you want to answer. Yes, Mark. Very good. It is equity. I'm so impressed with your cooperation and attentiveness, class. So now, I know that everyone are so excited with our new lesson. Am I right? Okay. But before that, let me group you into 4 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So group 1, stay here. Group 2, stay at the back of group 1. And group 3, stay here. Group 4, stay at the back of group 3. But before you proceed to your respective group, let me give you our house rules and instructions for our activity. When you are going to your respective group, please don't drag your chair. Number 2, please cooperate with your member. Number 3, observe silent. And number 4, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. Okay, so here are my instructions. In every group, there must be a leader. The leader will consolidate all the ideas. The secretary will be the one to write in the manila paper, and I will be the one to provide you the manila paper and the marker. So I want you to list down 5 ways on how to practice inclusivity in the workplace environment, and I will give you 10 minutes to answer. After that, the leader will present their ideas in class. Okay? Is there any questions? Clarifications? So if there's none, please proceed to your respective group. Time is up. Group leader, please present now your consolidated answers. First group 1, followed by group 2, group 3, and group 4. Okay. Very good, class. I'm so happy with your output today. Please give a round of applause. So now, how did you find the activity? Yes, Jillian? Very good. You find it interesting. So what is the importance of our activity to our lesson for today? Yes, Joy? Very good. It may be all about how to practice inclusivity into all workplace environment. Before we proceed, please be quiet and listen to me carefully. So now, who can still remember our objectives? Yes, Priscilla. Very good. So, our objectives are: number 1, discuss what is inclusivity and how to underpin principles of inclusivity. Number 2, relate how to underpin inclusivity in the real-life scenario. Number 3, assess how to integrate principles of inclusivity in the workplace environment. So, our topic for today is all about practice inclusivity with its subtopic underpinning principles of inclusivity into all work practices. First is, what is inclusivity? In 1? Yes, Darrell Joy? Good. Inclusivity means recognizing and accommodating learning needs of all the learner. Inclusivity also embraces the idea that since everyone is an individual, we need to organize the teaching and learning environment so that each learner has the experience that fits for them. So, why practice inclusivity? Yes, Joel. Very good. So, by promoting and fostering an inclusive learning culture, training and assessment organization can first prepare its learners to work more effectively, more flexibly in diverse workplace communities. Second, it provides learners and clients with better quality services in an increasingly competitive market. Now, let's go to its subtopic: integrating the principles of inclusivity into work practices. In order to foster and promote an inclusive learning culture, we must integrate the principles of inclusivity into all work practices. This includes using learner-centered approach to learning. Number 2, foster and promote independence. Number 3, supporting equal opportunity for participation. Number 4, creating opportunities for participation and success. Number 5, ensuring cooperative approaches to learning. And number 6, supporting, encouraging, and valuing individuals' contribution. And number 7, making reasonable adjustment to procedures, activities, and assessment for equity. So, let's talk each by each. The first principle is using learner-centered approach in learning. So, who has an idea for this? Yes, Jamaica? Very good. Learning-centered approach is in need in learning. So in traditional way, the teacher is the center of the discussion. But now in the 21st century, the learner are the center of discussion, where the learner directs the learning process. For instance, before, in traditional way, the teacher are the one who are discussing in front of the class. But now, by the new curriculum, the students are the one who will discuss about the topic, and the teacher must facilitate the learning process. Second principle is fostering and advocating independence. So who has an idea for this? Yes, Ermita? Very good. The learner-centered need to support increasing learner independence. So learners should take the responsibility of their own learning. Learner learning should be problem-centered, where creativity is used to solve realistic problems in a learning environment. This encourages the learner to become independent and creative thinker. So for instance, select a venue that are accessible for people with mobility difficulties, so problem-centered. Third principle is supporting equal opportunity for participation. So who has an idea for this? Yes, Gideon? Very good. So adult or learner learn best by actual participating in such activity. They need to be involved in physical, emotional, mental, and intellectual. A learner learn best by experiential. So just like me, I learn best when I actually engage in such activity and not just watching them. So for instance, as a teacher, when using activity, we should consider the multiple intelligence of our learner so that we can cater their learning styles on how the way they learn. Fourth principle is creating opportunity for participation and success. Learning needs involve modeling. Learner learn best when they can observe, retain, and replicate skills that are demonstrated by an expert. So just like me, I learn best when someone is demonstrating in front of me, and then afterward, I will perform it. The fifth principle is ensuring cooperative approaches to learning. So who has an idea for this? Yes, Jay? Very good. The learning process needs to reflect individual circumstances. They need to identify the meaning and relevance of the learning materials to their own personal situation. For instance, while developing learning materials, provide relevant examples and activities so that they can relate it to their own personal life. Sixth one is supporting, encouraging, and valuing individual contribution. So learners have the variety of life experiences that represent a rich resource for learning. They need a connection to the learning materials they are learning. So for instance, if your teacher giving you an activity which is role playing, individuals should encourage to give their ideas for the role play. So that composes the principles. Any questions? Clarifications? So if there's none, I want you to get 1/2 sheet of paper and I want you to answer this written on the board. I want you to copy and answer, and I will give you 15 minutes to answer that. After that, I will collect your paper. So time starts now. Time is up. Class middles, can you collect the papers and pass it to me? Thank you, class middles. For your assignment, I want you to research about how training and assessment organization, access, and equity policy is used in work practices. And put it in a 1 whole sheet of paper. Okay? Okay. I guess that is all for today. Did you learn something? Very good. Prayer leader, can you lead us a prayer? Okay. Amen. Goodbye, class. I hope to see you next meeting. God bless you, class.